with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV front of the bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
And a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam for Friday, July 19th. And with Bo Dunn joining us today. Bo, hey, we're a little late getting on the air. Apparently there was a global malfunction of all computer systems. That's what I'm blaming today, Bo. Obviously, you weren't affected by it. You were here plenty early. I'm not either. We're on the air. Hopefully, everybody is able to join us here. Bo, you're in Dallas. I'm in Las Vegas, and we're going to preview Major League Baseball. Good to have you back, sir.
Hey, man, it feels good to be back. I don't know about you, man, but without those sports, man, I'd be jonesing, fiending for the action. So I'm definitely glad that Friday is here, man. Got a nice card, ready to get back to this money, man. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Well, Bo, we struck out with our pick in the home run derby. Pete, he didn't have the right pit. He didn't have his pitcher out there. He didn't have his BP pitcher. So we didn't handicap it with the pitchers in there. But the home run derby, the all-star game this past week, yeah, we were trying to find some things to do. There's some NBA Summer League. Hey, I'm watching right now, Bo, the Open Championship. I think that's probably the featured sporting event maybe this weekend. Right now, Shane Lowry on top by a stroke. Man, you almost got to throw a flyer on Lowry in all these tournaments, it seems like, over in the UK. He's always a threat, it feels like. I've seen some other top names up there. Justin Rose is up there right now, Billy Horschel and Scotty Scheffler right now on that leaderboard. And I've also got some tennis action going here as well, Bo. So, yeah, it was a little rough sledding here. Got a lot of football work done. We're going to preview our Major League Baseball card for tonight. Maybe we'll touch on some summer league lines. There are two games from the CFL tonight. I'll touch on the odds, but we're back. Hopefully you guys are too. Only 2.5 dozen in here so far, and we were a little late. Again, like I said, I don't know who or what was affected, Bo, other than, well, if you're looking to catch a flight, they tell you to show up 3 hours early today because of the, and then you end up taking off 3 hours late. So I don't know. It feels like a conspiracy theory, but we'll preview the games. Let me say hello, Bo, and I'll tell everybody here. Let's see who was in the chat room. And of course, you, Bo, you were able to greet our man, Bob Martin. Imagine that, Bo. You're a father. I'm not, but Bob with his 7th child here, Bo. Congratulations, Bob, and hats off to you. Also, but Bo, he's got the infield. He's got the outfield. He just needs a pitcher and a catcher now.
Hey, man, congrats to you, man. Salute. Congratulations on your 7, man. Congratulations.
How about that? Everyone cheering in. Bo said, there it is. Bo said, let's get going. Johnny Walker, he's here today joining us. I'm going to say hello to everyone here in the chat real quick. Missed you guys. Thank you for coming. Yeah, maybe we'll have a straggling in today because everyone hopefully didn't forget about us here, Bo, over 4 days. Blake, hello as well. Curtis Mann is here today. Jeff Schramm, Panger Life is in the house. And Jermaine Connolly here joining us. Our man Thomas Lewis is ready to roll. Matt D, hello. Gerardo, hello as well. In here, let me see what Gerardo was saying. He says, good morning. And R. Tomps, always great to join us. Oh, Matt D has 6 brothers and sisters himself. Wow.
Hey, salute, man.
And Bob McCormick here. That's everybody in the chat. So we'll go over also to Tony's picks. I don't know, but we'll go over there to show everybody how to get there and remind everyone how to get our premium picks over at tonyspicks.com. There wasn't a lot of premium action for the last few days, although I will say, Bo, just because of the nature of the way the games are this week with no action and the NBA Summer League, I stepped up my coverage, pretty much just trying to get it done in Summer League. Nothing overwhelming like my previous 2 years here with Tony, but I did increase the plays. I even said it. I lowered the standard a little bit as a premium just to get some extra action out there with that being kind of the only coverage this week. But I went 3-2 yesterday, and there were some other guys here. Ronnie Crawford went 2-0 yesterday, and CJ Sturgeon went 2-1. Let's show it on the screen here, the Tony'sPicks.com. And we'll just go over some of the names, let you know. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, get our premium picks, absolutely our best picks. Over at Tony'sPicks.com, Bo, over the last 7 days, you're up there, 11-6 record. You won't have 17 picks over 7 days for the next 11 months, I would assume here. Daniel Wolasachuk was 10-2-1. Danny Dimes 2-0 this week. Ruben Marlboro 7-6. OG Cappers VIP up there. Bo, you're also up there on the monthly leaderboard. Here over the last 30 days, Brandon Check is up 18.25 units. Danny Dimes is up over 10 units. Ben Ruhala, 788. Daniel Wolasachuk, 3.5 units, and Bo's up there, 3.25 units. I know he wants better. I want to be up there, period. So go on over to Tony'sPicks.com, click on the All Cappers tab. That's where you'll find the handicapper of your choice, and that's how you get signed up. Bo, I'm showing your page right now on the screen, including your best bet for today in Major League Baseball. It says you've got a total on the Padres and the Guardians as your best bet today, but I know you'll have more than just this one play. We're going to give you a bunch of free winners in just a moment, but I'm showing your best bet package there for today for just $15. And what else are you going to do with our 14 game card today? Apparently 2 teams are going to play just a 2-game set this weekend.
Yeah, man, with everybody coming back, been a lot of pitching changes. So the lines written have been coming up. I logged in earlier, man. There was still a lot of lines missing that I wanted to put in. So I'll definitely be loading up at least 2 more plays. So it's going to be at least a 3-pack available for today. But yeah, man, surprisingly, over the break, I was able to go 4-0, man. Monday, swept the board, had the AL on the money line, and I had the 2 plays in WNBA that clashed. And on the other day, man, I had the wings straight up with them 4.5 points at home over the Fever, man. So I did pretty good over the break, man. Found some gems in there. So why it's always advantage to you guys, but to get something long term. If you had at least a month of my plays, you'd have got all those 4 picks, man. With the break, still cashing these tickets. So yeah, make sure, man, look at it today. I have a 3-pack at least ready to go, man, by a couple of hours.
Yeah, the All-Star game, Bo. I don't know if you have any other takes on the game, but it was down there in your area there in Arlington. And home run derby, we talked about it with Pete, not to lament our pick there, because it certainly was it was a good it was good. I don't know if that's even the right format. I don't know what they can do. It does feel broken a little bit. Maybe I don't know how they can get back to it. It used to be a glamour event. I think it still is, but it just feels like it's a long way from the Chris Berman back days, even though that grew a little bit tired. 40 pitches, man. That I knew that felt long when they talked about it like that. And I don't know if you were able to tune in to it and how you consumed it, but that or the All-Star game, any take there on the baseball festivities other than your winners?
Yeah, man, definitely. With the pitcher for Pete Alonso, he was just taking too long. What I'm saying, to throw his ball. So that I think that really kind of hurt him. So definitely, looking forward, man. You need to check out them pitchers that's going I'll be pitching for your player, so that definitely hurt him. But and I think also, man, playing in Texas, it used to be a hitter park, but with that dome, what I'm saying, it's kind of changed the reverse. So I think when you're gonna have the All-Star games, probably put them in a park that's gonna play, what I'm saying, for runs. That's what the crowd want to see. What I'm saying, want to see a bunch of home runs, man. Think the stadium be is a big deal. Also, them pitchers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they can do. Hopefully, we'll fix it or whatever. But I had some ideas. We'll throw them out there in the future. I think we need to get rolling here on the show. I will say this about the All Star game, Bo. And again, I don't know if that's broken either. Maybe, the other thing was previously for a few years, they played it where the winning league would get the uh, World Series home field advantage. That never seemed really fair either. But Bo, viewership, 7.4 million viewers. That's the second lowest television rating all time for the All Star game. Not in the number, just the percentage. We know that, numbers increase over the years, but that's one area where baseball has it broken. And I don't know what they can do at this point. I'll leave it up to them. Let's get rolling with a few more comments, roll back over there, and get ready for our free picks for the show. And let's see here. Luis is here joining us as well. He says new format. Not really. Bo's our guest today. He's our guest. He's our permanent, semi-permanent whenever he can make it. But we're going to have other cappers as well. If Bo doesn't come in, we might get these other folks on here. But Mike's back from Fiji, he says in the chat. And Matt says maybe we need bigger incentives for the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We just have our baseball. Darren's here as well in the chat, and we'll get rolling with that. Here, let me get the right screen up, Bo, that says we're giving out free picks right here. All right, let's get rolling with our order today because there is a day game to talk about here, and we'll start it off with the Diamondbacks on the road here against the Cubs today. For the Cubs, are going to go off as they're going to be a favorite here right now anyway. In fact, Bo, when I got things rolling here last night, typing in the lines, you talked about I'm showing $1.15 on screen. Bo, right now it's $1.48 here at Bovada. I'll call it $1.45, but it definitely feels like a little bit of a big move here with Chicago. I haven't seen any steam necessarily. The total is 7.5. Over 15 in this one. Just feels a little weird that this is kind of a big line. Now the Cubs do come in a little bit hot, of course, having won 8 of their last 11 games, but Arizona was doing pretty well here, having won 8 of their last 12 coming in. So Ryan Nelson listed as the starter here. I don't see any change in the pitching situation. So a little bit of concern on my part that this line here, Cubs, I know they're going to be very, very popular with the public today. This line is getting a little heavy. What do you know?
Well, I think at first, man, Zach Gallen was listed. I think that's the reason why
Yeah.
this line kind of going back and forth like it is right now. So definitely with Ryan Nelson coming in, it's a big downgrade. But even if Zach Gallen was going, man, he wasn't looking good. You know what I'm saying? This last 3 starts from injury list. Injury. He gave him a 15 runs in 13 innings. So I think even if he would have started, the Cubs still would be the play. But I just can't lay that $1.40, whatever it is right now. But I think the Cubs are the side. Justin Steele, three wins his last 4. Last 10 games, 8 quality starts in those, 2 runs or less. Cubs they just swept the Baltimore Orioles in that last series they played. So they coming in hot, man, winning against big teams. I think the Cubs is the play, but I like the over in the spot, over 7.5. I think that Steele give up some runs. We know the Diamondbacks can hit. So I think that Ryan Nelson also give up some runs, man. I think that 7.5 must be the wind blowing in, but I think it's still too low, man. I like the over 7.5.
Arizona's gone over in 6 straight on the road. They've also gone over in 11 of their last 13. Always an issue here in Chicago to check the weather on a day game, but you really don't need to necessarily when you see the total right there at 7.5. That basically reflects not no impact from the winds in Wrigley. If anything, maybe it's coming in here. I was going to maybe just check it out real quick, but I'm going to agree with you, Bo. I'm going to give us a little consensus. You said over, right?
Yes, sir. Over
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
going to do. I'm going to go there with you. Uh, yeah, I agree with you maybe about the reflection of the line, though I did see the Cubs at still $1.15 with and again, maybe some of these were a little slow getting out and um again, I just feel like the Cubs are going to be real popular. Let's hear from the chat. I'm remembering how the show works here, Bo. After a week off, there's
We get
Thomas starts us off with the Cubs on the money line. Mike said at the casino he was affected by. He said no, the kiosks were still working, but he couldn't use his credit card. So
uh-oh.
imagine, yeah, right.
That's tough.
Fernando's on the Cubs here. Bob McCormick says, "Give me the Cubs in the first 5 today for the Cubs with uh, Steele. They are 4, 4, and 6 with him in the first 5. Darren's also on the Cubs' first 5. Luis is on the Diamondbacks here, and Matt says he agrees with Bo. It's going to go over, and Mike is on the Cubs. So, all right. Oh, it's a huge consensus. You and me and Mike, basically. So, and there was a little bit of Diamondbacks action. We'll see. I don't doesn't feel too heavily in our consensus the way we're doing things at this point. So, Bo and I on the over here in this one. Want to say hello to Ron Hahn joining us in the chat. All right. And let's move on here with Phillies taking on the Pirates with Aaron Nola getting the start in this one. We're going to see a lot of quality pitchers here. Obviously, Bo firing it up here in the second half. Nola coming in here. Phillies 15-4 with Nola on the mound, going up against Perez here, the left-hander. Perez was struggling, 6.75 ERA in his last 3 starts. And the Pirates just 2-10 with Perez on the mound, but they were hot heading into the break. They didn't need a break. They had won 6 of their last 7 games. Bo had the Pirates.
Well, we ain't gonna give them too much credit, man. I think 4 of those games was against the White Sox, who's one of the worst teams that we know right now in the MLB, especially when it comes to hitting. I'm definitely gonna rock with the Phillies in this spot, man. I'll take them on the run line. Aaron Nola, like you said, 15-4 in his starts. 10 out of his last 11 has been quality starts. So he's been one of the best pitchers for the Philly team. And you seen the last time Phillies played, man, they gave up 18 runs to the Oakland A's. So you know they're gonna be ready to get back off that. Lineup had 3 batters in the All-Star game, man. So we know this lineup is strong. I just can't trust Perez in this spot, man. Bullpen for the Pirates. I also been giving it up. And this lineup for the Pirates, they're batting 226 against right-handed pitchers, so they gonna struggle. I think the Phillies gonna win this game, man, real big. So might lay some alternate, but definitely take them on the run line, man, for some plus money.
All right, Bo says take the Phillies here, lay them on the run line. They're minus $1.50 or higher here at this point today. So I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about laying this increased price. I'm going to update the total on screen to from 8 to 8.5, under 20. It looks like right now. Maybe I'm giving myself the best line, but it does feel like it's pretty much 8.5 everywhere. I'm showing a couple books in Vegas still here at 8 over 20, but I'm going to take the under as my play here on the show. Bo, Philly's going to be pretty popular today. I'm sure, and I don't know if there's much value to it, but I can respect what you're saying certainly right now. And Perez, they're not winning with Perez. I get all that. Phillies are 12-3 in their road series openers this season. So Bo on the Phillies run line, and I'm on the under here. Let's see what the chat has. I need to get better here and figure out what I'm doing with the show. All right, Solo's joining us here as well. He says, "Let's cash." He's riding with Bo and Ramon today. I'm the Western Rifle. I'm gonna try to. What is that? I've got a nickname from Solo here, and I need to roll with it. Here's Luis on Philly. Fernando's on the Phillies run line. Ron's on the Phillies run line. I think this one might be heading there. Let's see here. Jermaine's going to take the Pirates. I'm actually leaning Pirates here. It may just be a private bet for me. I don't want to go out in public and say it, but I might try to get on these Bucks a little bit. It probably have to be with the run line. Not that I don't, know what Philly's doing here as we started, but we'll see what happens second half. I'm not saying they're going to, fall from glory here right now. I'm just talking about opening up the second half here this weekend. Fernando's got over in the first 5, and let's see here. Charles Sharp joining us today. He's on Philly. Jermaine says Philly should be $1.75. So that to me would be a premium, Jermaine. If I had them at penciled in $1.75, even if this is a 15 or 20 cent increase on Philadelphia, I would say if I were your number says that's a strong play for Philly for sure. Here, Nathan said he got it back at $1.33. Imagine that. And Mike on the Pirates here, though he is the second one on the Pirates. But Thomas has said, Bo, that there is definitely enough consensus here. It is a team steam consensus on Philadelphia. So I'm kind of part of it. I don't know if I am, but you guys are, and I'm backing you guys all the way. I'll back off my Pirates play here. It's team steam consensus, Bo. Phillies run line. Terrell says the best play is Philly team total over. They'll keep it rolling.
Yeah, I like that. I like that one.
Yep. Mike says he would like to know, and I don't have this, but how do you do the first game back after the All-Star break? It's a good point. I don't know if I'm, would sway me much here. Every year is a different version of every team, but I can appreciate that. All right, let's move on here. First team steam consensus right there. Okay. Reds and Frankie Montas on the road here against Patrick Corbin. Bo, I don't know if I mentioned it with you. I've started mentioning it on the show later in the week. I said, you're either really good or you're really bad if you've got the old day named after you, right? I mean, we've got Paul Skeens Day, and we know how awesome he is. But here we've got Patrick Corbin Day, and that's for all the wrong reasons. Anyways, the Reds here are going to be favored on the road, $1.20. The total is 9.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna take the Reds. We got Patrick Corbin 1-9 his last 10. Washington is 6-14 in the last 20 games. This was the first I think the first time of this season these two teams played each other. Frank and Montez went 6 innings, gave up no runs. Patrick Corbin went only 4 innings in that game. He pitched against them, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 home run balls. Got to take the Reds in this spot, man. I just can't lay any money with Patrick Corbin. Even though he have been pitching a little bit better this season, I just don't trust him. I think the Reds line up get to him, man. So give me the Reds with the small number.
Yeah, and I figure the Reds also will be pretty popular with the chat and with bettors today. It feels like here, but they are favored on the road. That doesn't feel too comfortable to me. I know everybody likes to pick on Patrick Corbin, so I'll let the chat kind of get ready and chime in here. I haven't looked yet, but I figure it's going to be. Feels like it's going to be Reds. Now I will say this: the only widely reported steam that's come in here from the line service is on this total to go under, but I don't know if I'm buying that at all here in this one, Bo. Especially now that it is 9 under 15, so maybe that's more. Yeah, it's getting up there. I still kind of think there might be some runs here. Montas, though, has gone under in 6 of his last 8 starts. Reds have gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. And Corbin here, Washington is just 1-10 in his last 11 starts with Corbin. The Nationals are also just 1-6 in their last 7 series openers coming into this one. Let's go to the chat. They seem to have an opinion on the Reds and the Nationals today. Here we go with Thomas Lewis starting us off. He says it's Reds on the money line. Fernando is on the Reds and over. Here's Frankie Diamond, Reds. Nathan Cerna is on the Reds. Luis is on the over, and that's where I'm going to go here with Luis. I'll take the over as my play, but I don't know. I feel like Thomas already went. It only took 4 or 5 recommendations for Thomas to give us a consensus play here on the Reds money line for team consensus here, Bo. Again, Bob McCormick is on the Reds. Juice says Reds or over. And Terrell says the Nationals have not been that same run line team maybe that we saw, Bo, last year. You know, we talk about how, yeah, maybe the Nationals are still profitable, but last year the plus money run line, they were really, really strong. Right now on the run line, I think they're plus 3 units, but I don't have the breakdown in front of me with them getting the 1.5. But Terrell, nonetheless, commenting on Darren does say go under in this one. I'm going to go over. And team consensus, though, Cincinnati Reds 3 games, 2 picks. Let's get it, team. Okay, they're going to be. Hey, look. I'll have premiums, Bo, but I'll roll. I'm going to roll with Team Steam. That's why we're here, and for better for worse. I don't want to say it like that. You guys got winners. I'm with you. I mean, there's no doubt so far. Phillies, Reds, 2 of the more popular teams on the card for sure. Okay, here we go. With the Rays on the road, taking on the Yankees here, Bo, and things are gonna. I have a feeling things are gonna be pretty hot here in the last part of the season. I want to always say the second half. I think we can, but we know we're down under 80 games or something like that here. For the Rays and Eflin here, they're going to be a dog. You got Cole here, $1.70 or so, and the total in this one is 8 coming in, Bo. For the Yankees, they had lost 20 of their last 29 games heading into the break. They're also just 1-6 in their last 7 series openers. Tampa Bay with Eflin, they've won 8 of his last 10 starts coming in, and the Rays doing a pretty good job. 500 ball club on the road this season, 21-21.
Yeah, man. They just played I think a 3-game set back in Tampa Bay. It was only 20 runs scored in those 3 games, so it's about 7 runs per game. I think we're gonna see a low end in this one, guys. We got Garrett Cole. He's been played in a couple of games. I think he'll be that break probably helped him, get a little more implemented with some back into the starting lineup. I think he gonna pitch well, man. These 2 teams play each other hard. Every time they play, there's something about when they meet up, it's hard to score runs. So both bullpen will be rested. Think they'll be in good form in this one. So give me the under 8, man. I think we'll cash this one.
I'm going under 8 with Bo Dunn here on the morning steam. I think there'll be a little bit of support for Tampa Bay as an underdog here at this price. I don't know if it's going to come from our chat necessarily, Bo, but maybe that clues you into the way I'm maybe looking at this game at $1.70. I want to give the Rays a lot more respect than that right now, especially with the situation with Cole. He's been fine, but uh, still in just 5 starts so far with Cole, and he looks just fine, no doubt. But he has just a 4-7 career record against Tampa Bay. Let's take a look at what the chat has to say here with the Rays and Yankees. It starts off with Nathan. He says, "Give me those Spanky." He calls them the Spankies. Bo, I don't know. I put the graphic on the screen. I don't think it violates any um, ethics or uh, you know the Spankies. I think people kind of call them. He's got them. Our Tomps. She's on the Rays here. Juice is liking the under with us. Luis is liking Yankees and under. Fernando might lean with us to the under. Thomas Lewis likes the Yankees in the first five. Cole's 3-2 so far. Eflin's 8-7-2. Frankie Diamond's on the Tampa Bay run line. And Nathan said so far Cole's been just fine at home. So he's kind of rolling there with them. Panger says, "Give me Yankees first five and Judge to go deep." And Howard Hogan is here. He says, "Good morning, my babies." And Ron says he's going to fade the Yankees right now to start off. And Robert says, "Give me the Rays team total under." Solo says Rays first five money line. And Jermaine, Cole run line. We're all over the place, it feels like, here in this one. Nathan says the Rays are struggling on the road, and he likes it like to be 10-3. That'd be a double premium, Nathan, to tell you the truth, right there. All right. And I think that's it for that one. And Bo and I, hey, we have our own little consensus in this one, Bo. We'll take the under in this one. Next up, Tigers and Blue Jays with Flaherty here on the road for the Tigers going up against Bassett and the Blue Jays. Certainly here, Bo. Flaherty's been pretty hot coming in. He's got a 1.89 ERA in his last six starts. He is a 2-1 in three career starts against Toronto with a 2.8 ERA. The Tigers maybe playing some of their best ball heading into the break. Now, some of these lower tiered teams were playing their best. They didn't want to break, but maybe that shows what those first place teams were thinking heading into the break, or those better teams. Detroit 8-2 in their last 10 games. Bassett pitching okay here right now, but Toronto just 2-5 in his last 7 starts here. Bo, Toronto's gone over in 17 of their last 21.
Yeah, man. I think we'll see some runs to this one, but I like the Tigers, man. You know, you look at the last 3 series they played. They went on the road and swept the Reds. They won 3 out of 4 against Cleveland, who's one of the best top team in that division. Then the last series they played against the Dodgers, and they won 2 out of 3 against them, and not just winning, man. They winning big. They're scoring some runs. So they've been real good when it comes to a profit. A lot of those games they've been underdogs. That's something about the Blue Jays, man. You know, they got this lineup with Springer and them, man. You always think they're gonna be powerful when it comes to scoring runs, but they're just not doing it, man. For some reason, maybe they don't mesh well. Don't trust this rotation. Chris Bassett, 2-5, like you said. Bullpen also been struggling all season, man. Can't lay it with the Blue Jays. I'm gonna take the Detroit Tigers on the plus money.
All right, and Bo says take the Tigers here in this one. Bo, the Tigers here, like I said, but right now with their little run here into the break, I mean, I don't expect them to make any impact necessarily right now, but against Toronto, I think they might have a shot here with Flaherty pitching. I think you're right. 14 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams in Toronto have gone under. That's the way I'm going to look here in this one. I'm going to go under as well at 7.5. I expect a strong performance here from Flaherty against this lineup. Going to need Bassett, obviously, to kind of perform a little bit better than he was. 3.93 ERA in his last 4 starts. Like I've said, when Bassett's good, he usually gets in a groove. And then when he gets broken, he usually needs a few games to fix it up here. Let's get the comments from the chat. Thomas starts it off. Detroit on the money line. Frankie says, give me Detroit on the money line. And our Tomps is on the Tigers here. Tigers first 5 here for Bobby McCormick. Flaherty's 8-5-3 in the first 5. Bassett's 8-5-6. Tremaine says, give me Detroit. And Terrell says Cole for, that's a little far ahead there. Thank you, Terrell. Sorry I missed your Yankees stat there. Good job. Ron G, Yankees first 5. Juice says Tigers first 5. Roar. And looks like we do have number 3 consensus. I'm pretty sure is the Tigers here. Let me make sure. Go ahead and give it to me again, Thomas, because he said, have it your way. Number 3 consensus play. He didn't say it, but it feels like the Tigers here. Let me know on that. Am I reading it? Maybe first 5. Let me know, Thomas, on that. Luis is on the Tigers, so it does feel like it, Bo. It feels like the chat's on the Tigers here a little bit. You were on them. Charles says over is the best bet. I let that one trend kind of stick out. I mean, I know that one's a little bit weird. 14 of 15 under at home in Toronto, but I just like Flaherty in this game. I probably should have went with, and it is a number 3 consensus. Thomas said it, so okay. Well, that just gives us another play here. I get it right anyway, but we got Team Steam consensus here, Bo. Tigers over them, which is a good play to me. It looks like not making light of us taking those other favorites, but this one feels like a public toss-up a little bit, but we're pretty solid here with the Tigers on the road. Good job, Team Steel. I'll roll with that one, win or lose. It feels like that's my type of play. All right. Next up, the New York Mets and Sean Manaea on the road. Who'd have thought here going up against the Marlins and Cabrera? I only say it, Bo, because Sean Manaea, look, there have been times he was with my Padres. We've seen him with other teams like Oakland before, where he can have stretches where he can be extremely effective, and he might be, somewhat in the prime of his career. Now he's on a hot Mets team, and he's one of the hottest pitchers on the team here. Mets are 12-6 with Manaea this season. He has a 1.75 ERA in his last 4 starts. He's gone under in 5 of his last 7. The Mets come in having won 7 of their last 9 heading into the break. The Mets are also 10-3 in their series openers. Cabrera, we know he will be better. Right now, he is not finding it at this point. 11.7 ERA in his last 4 starts. Marlins came into the break stumbling, having lost 10 of their last 13, and dreadfully, they are just 18-31 at home.
It's ugly, man. This Marlins team is just ugly to watch. But they do have some nice hitters, man. I'm looking at this line like, why the Mets is only this small of a favorite? You know what I'm saying? With all the stats you just said, how strong some and I have been pitching. That's the only thing kind of worried with this one. The line just don't look big enough. But I'm still gonna take the Mets, man. I'm gonna be square on this one. Shamanai is 3-0 on the road, just last 3 starts. Just can't take the Marlins, man. This lineup just not good enough for me. They struggling against any type of pitching, right or left-handed pitchers. Bullpen is a little bit up, so this is a pitcher-friendly part. That's about the only thing that's gonna save them. And the Mets, they don't play as well as they do it on the road as at home, but I gotta take them in this spot, man. I'm take the Mets on the money line.
All right, Bo says, give me the New York Mets here on the road today, and they're going to be pretty popular, I would think, in the chat as well. We shall see. I'll roll the plays here in just a moment from Team Steam, but you do have the Mets here, about $1.25 at the sharp joints, and maybe up there $1.30 or higher at the square shops here. Feels like the Mets are going to be pretty popular. I'm not sure I want to be on them as a road favorite here necessarily, but I will say this: New York has won 15 of the last 16 games against Miami when coming off of a loss. I would like it more if they had just maybe lost to the night before or something. Again, I think it kind of goes with um, what Rick was saying in there about, or no, Mike was saying it. I think about the uh, records coming in after the break. So let's go ahead and see what Team Steam is going to roll here in this one. Hello to my man Sports Money out there today. We're ready to roll. We're back in action. Sports Money. And Thomas Lewis is going to start us off here with the over. That's what I'm on, Bo. I'm going to go with Thomas here, I think, and roll over. I respect what you're saying a little bit there, but just feels like these Mets Miami games get a little bit loose in the end, and I have concerns about Cabrera, but I respect Mania. Here's Frankie on the under, our Tomps on the Mets run line. Nathan said the Mets bats, though. Mets bats having trouble here heading in. Well, but they were finding ways to get it done. Darren says, give me the Mets run line and over in the first 5. And let's see here. I got a few more. Bob McCormick has Cabrera over 3.5 walks. And Luis says, what was our pick for the Tigers game? Bo was on the Tigers and Team Steam also on the Tigers, but I went on the under. Okay. And sorry if I'm not being clear. I got to be better on that. Let's see what else. Luis is on the Mets here. And Terrell says, take the Mets with a good price or over on the team total. Juice says, Mets better not blow it. All right. I don't know if we got enough action there to roll us with the Mets. I'll take the over in this one. Bo's on the Mets. All right. Next up. My Padres are going to be on the road here with Waldron. All of a sudden, he's a go-to guy here. It looks like the way he's going, Bo, on the road here. I don't know. It wasn't looking too good his last couple of last few starts coming in, but the Padres are going to go with him. They're moving. Joe Musgrove is moving close to a return to the team. I guess that's my own Padre update here, as he's throwing off of a mound now. But Waldron here, a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts, going up against Tanner Bybee. Bybee has a 4.5 ERA in his last 4 starts. Cleveland is 14-5 with Bybee this season. Waldron, Padres have gone 5-13-1 to the under with Waldron. And Cleveland, they've won 9 of their last 11 games at home. Bo, Cleveland a favorite here at minus $1.30, maybe up to $1.45 now, 7.5 over 20.
Yeah, man. I think the Guardians they needed that break really bad. I think that last series they played was the Rays. I think it was. They scored 0 runs. I think it was like 2-0. And then they, like I said, they lost 3 out of 4 against Detroit. So I think that break is gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? At home, man, they hitting pretty well. And I trust BB in this spot over Waldron. Waldron, he had that knuckleball going, but I think they'll be able to figure it out, man. I'm gonna take the Cubs with minus 130. I mean the Guardians.
Yeah, I knew what you meant, and I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go against my Padres. I think my record's pretty solid picking on or against the Padres for me, and I'm gonna have to go with the Guardians here. It feels like I feel this might be a little bit of a lost weekend for the Padres against Cleveland. We shall see. I hope it's not, Bo. Let's see what the chat says here, because hey, my Padres are in the playoffs here at this point, but it does feel like the National League, nobody knows what's going to happen. Here's Luis with the Padres. Our Thompson's on the Padres. All right. And Thomas says, this is Bo, if our team, Thomas and I, if our teams were to go to the World Series, look, you're my, uh, semi-permanent co-host, but Thomas is our man in the chat. He's my man, certainly. And if the Padres were to meet the Guardians in the World Series, it'd be me and Thomas Lewis here in our battle. Frankie here says, give me the Padres. Thomas is on the Guardians. and Dennis is on Cleveland, Juice is on the Guards, Curtis is on the Guardians, but there were several Padres in there as well. It feels like 5-3, 6-3 maybe. So I don't know if that's very consensus-y, but you and I are on it as well. And I do think that maybe as the day goes along, the Guardians may be popular, but maybe those Padres voters will keep us off as a consensus. It feels like I'll take the Guardians. Bo and I are on the Guardians here in this one. All right. Next up, Cardinals and Braves, and Sonny Gray on the mound for the Braves here today. Bo going up against Schwellenbach. Guess that's where they're going to arrive here at this point, coming out of the break. That's okay. Schwellenbach got a 3.68 ERA in his last 4 home starts. Schwellenbach's gone under in 7 of his 8 starts. He did face the Cardinals back on June 24th, giving up 4 runs in 5 innings for Gray. Just seeing Tiger Woods here, Bo, 77 today. Thanks for coming, Tiger. Don't take too many painkillers on the flight. For Sonny Gray here, a 6.61 ERA in his last 3 starts, and St. Louis 11-6. So with Sonny Gray, Sonny Gray may be one of those that may need a little bit of rest mid-season. Bo, if he's going to keep it up right now. Cardinals went over in 9 of their last 12 before the break.
I've been making a lot of money, man, betting them honors with Braves, especially without Ronald, man. Until you get back in that lineup, they just been. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they don't. But in this one, I think Sonny Gray better go at least 6. Both the bullpens in the top 10. Cardinals 7, Braves number 2. I like the under, man. I'll take the under 8.
Me too, Bo. I want the under in this one. Let's do it as our play together here with the Braves favored at $1.25. And Bo, I am listing 7. Pardon me, 7.5 over 25 on the screen there, but I'm showing a few books right now starting to tick up to 8 here in this one with the Cardinals and the Braves. I think that bodes well for us, and we'll take it probably one way or the other. You can grade. I'll put 8 on. I'm going to put 8 under. I'm not going to force Bo to. I know Bo will like to take a little bit of plus money, maybe a plus 105, but let's give everyone a chance here too. I think I see some 8.5, some 8 under 20s out there with the Cardinals and the Braves. Let's see if the chat doesn't feel too active on this game. Let's see here with Dennis. Oh no, Thomas went with Atlanta on the money line, and Dennis is on the Cardinals. Frankie's going under, and Juice said he got it at 7.5. And not much from you guys on this one, but Bo and I are on the under here with Gray and Schwellenbach. Next up, the Orioles and Corbin Burns here against the Rangers and Nathan Eovaldi. Burns looks sharp on Tuesday night, but gets a call here on Friday. Texas here, Bo, going to be a road favorite in this one at $1. I'm going to say right now, still about $1.35, maybe a little bit cheaper at some of the sharp shops. Maybe there's a slight move to Texas here. Actually, Bo, Texas, a team we want to pick it up here at this point, and Baltimore on fire. But Eovaldi has been one of the bright spots for the Rangers, no doubt. 2.65 ERA in his last 5 starts with a 3-0 record in those starts. And the Rangers have won 8 of his last 11 games here. They were definitely picking it up before the break, having won 7 of their last 9. And the Orioles had dropped 6 of 7 heading into the All-Star break.
Yeah, man. The Baltimore is coming in and struggling. Like I said, they got swept by the Cubs. The Rangers have been playing a lot of lower scoring games, man, at home. I think the over and under say the 8.5. The last 4 games for the Rangers, they scored 9 runs. So you divide that by 4, man. It's not looking good for that lineup. And for Baltimore, in their last 6 games, they scored 10 runs. So both these lineups struggling right now. Both pitchers been pitching well. Looking for them to go at least 6. Both starters and the bullpens also been doing well, man. So like I said earlier, man, before we got into the games, the Rangers Stadium have been playing in the under. It's changed all the way around from a hitter to a pitcher friendly ballpark with that dome, so the heat don't matter. Give me the under 8.5.
Yeah, and Bo, here, let me see. I'm listening it on the screen. Yeah, I'll maybe move it up here a little bit. I had it 7.5 over 20. I think right now, general consensus. I don't know if we can get quite 8.5 anymore. There definitely was 8.5 at Bovada last night. This thing's juiced to the under right now, and I'm gonna agree with you. Hope you hang with me on this, even though I'm downgrading our line, because I still like the under, even at 8 under 20. In fact, if anything, that's probably why I'm going to use it as a play here on the show. I kind of liked it as a premium, even at 8 over 20. I feel pretty strongly about this total under for many of the reasons that you've given. Yeah, the Rangers have gone under in 7 of their last 10 at home. Baltimore went under in 5 of their last 6 entering the break. Uh, Bo here and I on another under together. I think we might make a good team here. Let me see what the chat has. Let's go with it. We're going to start with Juice on the Rangers here. Dennis Finley's on Baltimore. Fernando is on Baltimore. Thomas is on the Rangers, however. And let's see here. Luis is on Texas, and so is Frankie Diamond. Public Enemy says, hey, give me the first Nerfy of the day here on the morning steam. In this one, 4 Burns, 5 for 19. That's not awesome, but it's, a little bit below average for sure. Eovaldi, he's also just about average or just below average. 25% of the time he gives up a run in the first inning. So these are 2 excellent pitchers. Definitely don't start as well as the rest of their games this season, or maybe in their past as well. They can go in there and mow them down probably 75-80% of the time, but here we have Darren, first 5 under 4.5. All right. And Nathan said, someone's bobblehead up there. Okay, we're on the under here in this one. Orioles and Rangers next up. It's the White Sox taking on the Royals, and Flexen here for the White Sox going up against Michael Wacha. For Flexen, he's got a 4.5 ERA in his last 5 starts coming in, an 0-2 record. Bo, Flexen has been out there in last 12 appearances for the White Sox. They've lost them all. So, yeah, they're bad. They're 27-71. Doesn't do them any favors when Flexen's on the mound. Also, they've gone 1-14 in their last in their road series openers this season. They've lost 7 of 8. I feel bad talking about all this stuff. It's just everybody knows. For the Royals, however, Wacha 3.31 ERA in his last 3 starts. Kansas City 5-2 in his last 7 starts at home. So big time mismatch here. Maybe no value. I don't know. Wacha here, Bo, is pretty much $2 flat. Total 9 under 20, 9 under 25.
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna focus everything on the Royals. First 5 minus a half a run. One of my rules, man, I really don't bet the full game run line with the home team. Just don't get the full 9 bats, but I definitely take them in the first 5. They're one of the last 8 out of 10 games against the Royals. 13-8 at home as a run on the run line. 5-2 in their last 7 against Chicago on the run line. We just talked about the White Sox losing 4 straight against Pittsburgh, coming into that break. So I'm gonna take the Royals in the first 5 minus half the run.
All right, Royals first 5 here for Wacha. He's got 5-7-4 record in the first 5. Flexen 6-9-3. So that's not actually too bad for Flexen. That really shows that he's been decent, mediocre, but interesting note there on that. I'll actually take the Royals on the run line with that. Bo, I will lay it at home. I'm not. They can. Maybe they can take the eighth inning off too if they'd like. I'll take the Royals here in this
No,
one.
that's right. I know that's right.
Let's see. And again, I mean, I want to be, uh, I want to be contrarian as possible, and I thought I was coming on here with some contrarian action, but let's see here. Dennis is going to lay the Royals here. How about it, Thomas Lewis? He's the man to do it. He says, "Give me the White Sox run line and under." I'll accept that as an underdog play, certainly, no matter what. All right. This series has gone under in 6 straight meetings. William says, give me the Royals on the money line. Frankie says, give me Kansas City run line. Juice is on the Royals. Art Tom's on the Royals. Luis is on the Royals. And these are run lines as well. And Thomas says it is a consensus play, Team Steam. And I'm on it too. Royals run line, number 4 consensus. Nathan has it as well. So, yeah, we're square. We're square in this one, but I'm willing to do this one. I'm willing to do it. Okay, next up. Giants and Rockies with Harrison here on the road going up against Cal Quantrill, and you're going to have the Giants here probably about $1.40 here, Bo. I have $1.70 listed on screen. Again, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I like that other game. I typed these in well in advance of our show. Even I got tired of doing all my football work by the time I was watching the convention coverage this week and everything else that was going on, and the $1.70 is actually about $1.40 here, Bo. Total is up to 10.5 tonight, and we've seen a lot of these Rockies home games kind of go under, but I don't know, as it feels like it's heating up, maybe the run totals are starting to go over too. Rockies have gone over actually in 6 straight games coming into the break. So, and the Giants on the road here. Let me see. I had one other. Go ahead. You ready, Bo? Go ahead.
Yeah, man. You called me square today, man. I'm going with another favorite with the Giants, man. I think coming off this break, man, you just got to be careful, guys. Be careful with your games today. I would recommend only about 2 or 3 if you're gonna go volume. We just gotta get a guy a little time to get back acclimated. They've been probably
After 5 days,
partying a
you
little
want me to
bit.
go 3 games?
Yeah, just be careful, guys, today. That's my advice for the day, man. But Kyle Harris, his last 2 starts against Colorado, he's 1-1. Only gave up 2 runs in those 2 starts. The Giants are 6-4 in the last 10 against the Rockies, 5-1 in the last 6, 3-1 in Colorado. So give me the Giants. I'm gonna lay the little juice, man, on the money.
All right. I'm going to have a hard time not betting on one of these games after 5 days off, Bo. Let's go with the chat, see what they have to say. Here, Luis is on the Rockies. Juice is on the Rockies. How about this today? Giants over here for Frankie. He'll go over. Thomas is on the Giants. Darren says, I've got a Nerfy here in Colorado today. You always get a good price with the Nerfy in Colorado. For Quantrill, he's allowed a first inning run in just 2 of 19 starts, one of the best in the major leagues. Cal Quantrill with first innings. Art Tom's on the Giants. And here's Giants and under for Darren, and Darren says under 10. So, like I said, Darren, I'm thinking it now, and maybe you're taking an alternative line, or the line was older now, but it's 10.5 everywhere. So either get a good price or get a good half a run. I'm going over actually, Bo. I think it's heating up right now, and I'm going to end up on the over. Quantrill's gone over in 5 of his last 6 starts, and the Rockies Uh, as I said, they'd gone over in 6 straight games heading into the break. They've been going under at home, no doubt about it, but the Giants scoring a few runs there. Give me the over. Bo is on the Giants. Not much in the consensus, it feels like. Oh, thank you, Darren. Didn't mean to put you on the wrong game. He says Nerfy on the White Sox. All right, here we go. Next up. I don't mean to make you guys type more. You just put them in. I can read through your typos even. If there's one thing I can do better than anybody else on any of these, is read the chat when there's a bunch of errors or mistake, whatever. But uh, sometimes put the team name, or even if it's just the 3-letter initial of the team. If that saves you a few keystrokes, I can get it from there too. So appreciate everybody in the chat. We got 80 with you today, but we would have had 125 if not for the worldwide IT outage. Okay, next up, Angels and Athletics. Griffin Canning on the road here for the Angels, and it's going to be JP Sears going for the A's. For Sears, he has a 2.16 ERA in his last 3 starts. For Canning, look, I'm going to kind of reserve. I'm pretty sure Canning is the pitcher. He just hasn't been officially named, I don't think, at some of the books yet. Maybe a few books might even have this one still off the board a little bit. But Angels had actually won 4 of 5 heading into the break, and they'd gone under in 5 straight on the road. Sears has gone under in 13 of his last 17 starts.
Yeah, man. Oakland scored. I think they scored 18 runs against the Phillies in the last start. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of crazy. But I think they're gonna really reverse back to what they normally look like, man. This in the Coliseum where it played toward that under. And yeah, man, the Angels, man, they swept the Mariners in their last series for the break. So maybe they bring some momentum in here, and I'm gonna get that plus money with them, man. I think they'll get the job done. Both these teams really can't trust either one. But if I get plus money with the Angels, I'm gonna take them.
All right, Bo says give him the Angels here in this one with Canning. Yeah, I think the one thing that if Oakland could get, obviously they could use a little bit better pitching in the bullpen and all these other issues. But the one thing that we are starting to see, and I know it's started to emerge even before the break, but Oakland can slug. They maybe aren't producing because enough guys aren't getting on, but they can hit the long ball. And I think it was reflective in that game, Bo, when they scored those runs, because there had already been, people had already started to take note a little bit about the A's offense a little bit. So I'm going to end up here. Let me look at this total again. It has dipped down. Like I said, some books don't even have it, but I feel like it's going to go down to 8 over 20. I'm going to end up on the over in this game as my pick, but I'll leave it 8.5. It's definitely juiced to the under if you're taking 8.5. And I'll leave that up there to grade me a little tougher. But let's see what the chat has in this one with Thomas Lewis starting us off. Oakland on the money line. Dennis Finley says, give me Oakland. Frankie Diamond says, give him Oakland. Luis is on Oakland. How's that island, Bo?
Hey, gotta be on that island sometime, man. It's good. It's good for your soul.
And Thomas Lewis says, so this might be a first on our 5 or 6 shows we've done together, Bo. Maybe it's been 3 or 4, but Thomas Lewis says it's a team steam consensus. Oakland, Bo, is a consensus today. And if I would have known that, I might have, I don't know. I was kind of being polite to Bo. Team steam's on the A's here, and I'll take the over. I'm gonna ride with Team Steam, but Bo gonna be contrarian against us anyway. I want to say hello to Carla Brown. She's here for her picks in the Carla Football League. Hey Carla, I like Edmonton today. If you got to run and just stopping by, maybe I'll save one for the end of the show. But I like Edmonton against Ottawa Bo. She's stopping in. She's always nice enough to say any CFL. And this is a game where Edmonton comes in winless right now against this season. But or let's see. I don't want to get too much into the CFL. I'll just give my play and get out of here. But Carla was wondering about it, and that is my selection here with the 2 games today. I'm on Edmonton for sure in this one. Yeah, they come in 0-5 now, but interestingly enough, Ottawa 3-2. But don't have to tell you, Bo, even haven't watched a game. Ottawa's favored by 1 point, so obviously pretty even game despite the disparity in records here. I'll take Edmonton to win their first game. All right, continuing on with our Angels and A's now. Darren's on Oakland in the first 5 in this one. You got Sears. He's 8-10-1 in the first 5 this season. Peasy says A's are 8-2 as a favorite. Hi, Peasy. And Thomas Lewis likes the over, I think, in that first CFL game. There's also Winnipeg and Saskatchewan in the game, too. All right, we're on it, Bo. Well, we're on it, and let's just move on. We'll tease Bo if the A's come through, and he could do a victory lap if the Angels do it. All right, Astros and Mariners. Feels like these guys are playing every weekend all of a sudden right now. Is this the Yankees and the Red Sox? You got Brown here against Castillo, 2 pitchers who were looking pretty good actually heading into the break. Brown has been outstanding. Just what the Astros need for their second half push is to get these pitchers finally. Can they get them finally all in sync, Bo? Brown, a 6-1 record in his last 7 starts with a 2.09 ERA. The Astros have gone under in 8 of his last 10 starts. He has 2 starts against Seattle already this season, a 2.61 ERA. No win to show for it, but for Castillo, we know he's going to be sharp right now. It feels like last 3 starts, couple of wins. Seattle 6-1 in the last 7 home starts for Castillo. Seattle 30-18 at home. They're also 13-2 in series openers, and feels like it's going to come down to these 2 teams. This is going to be a great race.
Yeah. Last 4 times, these 2 teams made 18 runs scored. That's a little bit of about 4 runs per game. So I'm gonna look at the under in this one, man. We got Seattle Mariners. We know by this time of the year, man, we got the identity of these teams. We know Seattle can pitch well. They're number 3 when it comes to ERA with team ERA. Number 1 with the WHIP. Castillo in this last start against the Angels, 6 innings shutout baseball. And Houston, man, Hunter Brown's been well. The last few games, man, they don't play. Like I say, the under's hitting all of them. I like the under in the spot, man. I think it's at 7. I think we'll see the first team with 3 win this game. Be like a 2-3 type of score for me. Give me the under.
Yeah, and I think if anything, now, like I said, I haven't seen either my line service is broke, which I don't think it is. I'm watching all the lines move here, but there hasn't been any really, triggered steam. But right now, looking at this line, Bo, it looks like the steam is coming in on the Astros. I think that the public will be split in this game, but right now the line is down to $1.15 at some spots for Seattle here, and maybe there is a little bit more movement. And this total, I listed on screen 7/15. I'm going to go under as well with Bo. These they can't slam these totals low enough, it feels like, and I almost want to still pull a premium on this, but look, you're on the under. I'm on the under. It's probably going to be another Seattle game at home, 4-2, 3-1. We've seen this time and time again this season. Right now, it feels like with Seattle. Hey, look, I mean, call it boring, whatever. If I'm a championship club, if I'm a team that wants to go to the playoffs, it'd be great to win every game, 8-3, Bo. But if I'm taking a team in the playoffs, if I know I can go out there with good pitching and, just have to scrap for some runs, I'll take that every time. Just can stop, control the other team. So let's go with the under, Bo and Mo. Bo and Mo here.
Yeah, but
That
if for the Mariners, one thing
yeah,
that I recognize with them, they play awesome defense. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
It's just not the pitching, man. The defense is good too.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And let's see here from Team Steam now with Luis is on the Astros. Frankie is on the under here. Juice is on the under. R. Tomps is on the Astros. Thomas says he likes a Nerfy
Yep.
here in this one with the Brown. He's 6 for 18. That's not great, though. Neither is Castillo. These guys definitely don't get off to great starts. Castillo, 7 of 20. So I'd say these guys are just a tick or two below average on that, but there's no doubt we're definitely going under and all this. Darren, though, says, give me the Astros and over. Dennis says Astros money line in this one. Fernando is on the Mariners, and Nate is going to lean Astros. Okay. I don't know if it got consensus enough there. Let's take the under, though, Bo, you and I, in this one. Next up. Red Sox and Dodgers, the World Series that never was. The Red Sox and Dodgers here with Stone at $1, probably $1.25 now at a lot of the sharp books. I had $1.45 listed on screen there, Bo, from the earliest lines, but I think we could steady that one a little bit with Pavetta here going up against Gavin Stone. And say that because Pavetta here, not great, but Boston's won 5 of his last 7 starts, a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts, and an 0-2 record. But Boston starting obviously to click here right now. You never want to say no, you didn't see it coming, but I think the talk about Boston was that they were going to get left behind. And yes, while they're still behind right now of those not they're 11 games over 500, man. If it's almost like they're a sleeper. Amazingly enough, the Boston Red Sox here at this point. The Dodgers have lost 10 of their last 15 coming into the break. Stone's got a 4.32 ERA in his last 3 starts, but the Dodgers are 12-5 with Stone this season. Does have one career game against Boston, 6 innings pitched, 4 runs. Dodgers and Red Sox, Bo, at Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, man, Red Sox been surprising. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them people. You know what I'm saying? Thought they were gonna be at that bottom of that division, but surprising, man, that pitching been doing well. They got Durant as a beast. But in this game, man, I gotta take the Dodgers, man. Dodgers come out that series, lost against Detroit in the last series before the break. They're home. I think the reason why the line went down is because they announced Pavetta as a starter, but Dodgers are 27-18 as the favorite at home, man. Give me the Dodgers with the great price, man, minus 125.
Yeah, and if anything, I'll just we're gonna pin Bo down and make him pay $1.25 here because we're greedy bookmakers. But I would say that Bo, hang out for this because I think I don't know, this one could move a little bit even further in the Red Sox favor. And like I said, uh, if you're ever looking to take discounts with the Dodgers, that's when you want to do it, right? You don't want to take them as that steamy uh, favorite here with $1.75 up to $2 or anything like that. Now I'm gonna probably shift to the total, I think, here, Bo, and go under in this one with Pavetta and Stone, especially if I can get this 8.5 slightly juiced to the over here. Let's get the chat's comments, and then we're done with Major League Baseball and the show. And it's only 90 minutes. I mean, that's what I need, Bo, more Bo in my life. Think of how much time I would save. All right, here we go with Juice. Fernando says something is telling him the Red Sox. Juice says the Sox. Dennis is on the over. Frankie is on the Red Sox. R. Tomps is on the Red Sox here as well. And Thomas says he wants Pavetta over. Luis is on the Sox. Darren will lay the run line with the Dodgers. and so will Mike. So, Mike says the Dodgers are already up to $1.41. So I don't see that one yet, but I know Mike's out there in the East Coast. I've got $1.35 at DraftKings right now, so maybe I could be wrong on that line movement here, and I'm going to end up on the under with the Red Sox and the Dodgers today. Feels like no consensus, and we ended up with some consensus. Bo, thank you so much for being our analyst on the show today. Thank you to the chat. I feel like I don't know when to end the show because of our sports. I will say this. Let me run down here, Bo, and maybe get your observations as well of anything that's happened here in the Summer League. But there's an 8-game Summer League basketball card. I've enjoyed it tremendously, actually. Over the day, because you can put it on all day. It's very good ambient programming. Actually, I'm not, sitting there on a edge of my seat for every basket, but seeing some of the young players, Strother, I don't know. You can go on and on with some of these, with some of the surprises of the Summer League as well. But let me run down these lines. If you have a player two, you can give them out, or if the chat has a player two. And I'm going to be firing a little bit in Summer League, probably not over like I did over the last couple of days, but Milwaukee and Phoenix. Phoenix, a 3-point favorite, total 182. Dallas and Boston. Boston, a 5.5-point favorite, total 179. Hawks and Bulls. The Bulls are a 2-point favorite, total 173. Knicks and Pistons. Pistons, 2.5, 179.5. 76ers and Spurs. Spurs, 1.5, 175.5. Raptors and Heat. Heat -4, 178.5. Warriors and Thunder. Warriors by 7, total 179.5. And the Trailblazers will take on the Hornets. The Hornets are 1.5, 174.5. Bo, everybody wants to talk about the stars. Everybody wants to talk about Bronny James. And look, I mean, it doesn't even matter what he really does in the summer. Everybody forgets, Bo, that he's already signed, whatever 2 million for 2-year 4 mil, whatever it was. He's signed. I mean, to me, I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the Lakers full roster actually when the season begins, no matter what he does. But he did have his best game of late here, and you do have some teams that have really stood out, particularly Memphis is undefeated. They've looked very strong with or without Edie. They've really a lot of good young talent on that team we've seen. The Clippers as well, also undefeated, Bo. I think what I'm learning more about my Clippers is once they move away from that building, and now with Ballmer, as goofy as he can be, I think this man is willing to put a lot of money into his franchise. I expect the Clippers to be the best team in Los Angeles for years to come. Obviously, the big trade yesterday, Westbrook. It looked like the Clippers did a great job actually getting Chris Dunn in that deal. I think the Clippers will move far past the Lakers in the next few years as they move into their own building. Warriors have been a bit of a surprise. I don't think anybody's ever going to be surprised if the Heat does well in Summer League as well as the Spurs here. What have you liked?
Yeah, man, I've been liking that Memphis team. I like the way Houston been looking. You know what I'm saying? And the other team I've been looking at is the Wizards. So I've not really bet anything. You know what I'm saying? I have listened to a few of the games, just for entertaining purposes. But I haven't really put any skin in the game when it comes to some league.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And more action today. So appreciate it. Curtis, I don't have any Summer League picks. If you're asking there, what are your picks on Summer League? I will have premium picks on the Summer League, but Summer League a little bit different because you do try to just check at least the beat writers a little bit, see what's going on if any of those top guys are out. It's tough, no doubt. Again, most of my selections are market related when it comes to that. So, Ron, I might have called it wrong there. But Russell Westbrook, getting dealt there. So also hello to Mike Allison in the chat. All right, Bo, I think that's going to do it. Don't forget, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages. I'll be firing away in Major League Baseball today, as well as NBA Summer League action here, and get ready for the weekend as well. I'll have Major League Soccer. There's a UFC card tomorrow as well. And Bo Dunn, you're right there, pretty much on top of the algorithm here listing the handicappers. You and Daniel Walasachuk, you're up 387 over the last 7 days. Clicking here with baseball as well, and I'm showing your best bet on the screen. Give us your plan again for the day.
Yeah, right now my $15 promotion is gonna be in that total between Cleveland and San Diego. You can grab that for $15. Say that 20%. Do that code Tony T. Also, guys, I will be adding at least 2 more plays on this card, so it'll be a 3-pack available. It's the weekend. If you want to get the premium play for the next 3 days, get that 3-day pack. That's probably the best. You know, like Tony be saying, man, most people love them 3-day passes on the weekend. So cop that if you want to. But guys, just one thing before we get up out here, man. You know, we're trying to build up the OD Sports Network YouTube channel. You know, so that's one channel that I'll be on the most, man. So if you want to get additional free plays from me, I break down every game on the MLB slate in the short section. I do have a long form video today between the Phillies and Pirates. Go check that out, man, and give us a like over there, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that dropping in every day, man. I really appreciate that support. What up to that boy Ron, man? What's up with the solo? What's up with it, Ron Crawford? What's up to the whole chat box, man? Appreciate y'all. Let's get this money today.
Yeah, really appreciate everybody in the chat today. Remembering us, remembering to come back. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Stream. Back tomorrow on Saturday, Major League Baseball and more. Bo will be talking about it. Oh, well, I don't know. Bo, you're welcome to come back tomorrow. I'll be here, of course, and we'll get Bo or one of the cappers hopefully to join us. And thank you to everybody in the chat. Appreciate it getting done early here. I almost feel guilty getting us out of here at such a decent hour. Terrell said Bo with the Bulls hat and the Cowboys background. That's like me, meaning Terrell, wearing a Bears hat with a Bulls background.
Hey, man, I just love sports, man. You know, so I used to be a super fan, you know what I'm saying, of the Cowboys, the Mavericks, you know what I'm saying, but now I'm a super fan of that cash. So I just really love sports, man. I got all different kind of hats. Just kind of keep the background the same, you know, just to my abilities, man. But definitely I just love sports, man. Love betting on sports. So appreciate you, man, for that comment.
Well, as I like to say, Bo, as a sports bettor, I like half the teams, half the time. So that's going to do it for us here on the Morning Steve. For Bo Dunn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us. So long.
I appreciate it, bye.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be frontal these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning team is the A team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a